In the evaluation for autism, I'm going to go fast now. We have to use multiple measures, including an autism checklist, and we must look at intellectual, academic, communication, social, and adaptive functioning. That's a lot of testing. The student's prior medical and developmental history from a qualified health professional. Now, please note that it says qualified health professional and it does not say physician, okay? So we're not requiring a medical diagnosis. The federal law does not require that, but we need the medical information. Mostly what we're looking for is that developmental history that Dr. Miller was talking about. So keep your notes and bring that information. We want to know if there is a medical diagnosis. So we're looking for information regarding syndromes, health concerns, because often there are. There might be seizures going on with the kid. There might be some ADHD. There might be some other things. Often we have multiple things. There might be medication going on. We need to know that. So then after the evaluation then, we have a meeting to talk about the evaluation and then determine if the child is eligible for specialized instruction in the school system. This is a team process, and let me emphasize team, because you are a huge part of the team, even though you're a single person and you may feel like you're the lone stranger out there. If you need to, bring an advocate or a friend or a neighbor or someone with you to help you to understand everything that's being said, to help make the team understand what your concerns are. That is so okay to bring someone. Be careful that someone, however, doesn't come in with both barrels blazing, okay? Because the education team is human, and we can get our feelings hurt too, and it's all about the child. And so the adults have to hold hands and play fair and be nice to each other, because the child, if we fight with each other, the child is who, gets hurt in the long run. So we have to play together and be a team. Now the three-prong test, this is really, really important. When your child was in early intervention, a test score or a standard deviation is what determined whether or not the child was eligible. That is not the case under IDEA. These three questions determine whether or not the child is eligible. So we ask, is there an adverse effect on educational performance? So the child may have autism, but if there's no adverse effect, which I can't imagine the social part of it, if there's no adverse effect, then we can't answer the question positively and the child may not be eligible. Do you understand that? Here's a quiz. What are we concerned about in education? Both academic and social. So bring that social information and talk about it, the adverse effect of the autism on the social functioning of the child. If he's not doing well at recess, can't handle the lunchroom, and all of those features are not working out. Okay, so adverse effect. The next one is, does he require special education? If he's really high functioning, he may not require a specialized setting. We may be able to get at it through accommodations, which Connie is going to talk about in just a minute. And then the third one, the autism must be the primary disabling condition. In other words, if it's emotional disturbance talking, then that's what we label it. If it's ADHD or if it's traumatic brain injury, that's not a good mix. But that's why we have to test, is to make sure that that is the condition that is most affecting the child. So do you understand that we can have some standardized scores, but that doesn't mean that he slides into the system. We have to ask these questions and then answer these questions. So in the meeting, you're discussing all the documentation that you are going to put in your 3-hole punched binder, right? And then the team will decide if the child meets the eligibility criteria, those classifications that we showed you, and the team decides the category. You are part of the team, and you need to add to that discussion. It's not a single person. It's not one teacher saying, oh, that child doesn't have autism, he's not eligible. No, it's the team. All right, are you with me there? And then you create an individualized education program, IEP. And in the IEP, we consider strengths, we consider the concerns of parents, and all of these things. And, oh, yay. And at the bottom of that, we talk about adaptations.